Is Luka overrated?
Woo-wee.
Drop it. Go ahead, Smitty. You could dive into it. Is Luka overrated? Chat, drop your comments in the section below. Is Luka overrated? And that is the question of the day to a lot of people. Because our main man, Wendy, on ESPN, went in on him last night and called him a bunch of things. So I'm curious on what you think, Smitty, and what the chat thinks. Is Luka overrated?
This might actually surprise a lot of our chat, a lot of our fans, our listeners, even you, JB, because I've been a supporter of Luka. But I got to admit.
Wait, what you saying?
I got to admit, JB, based upon what I'm seeing, based upon what the conversations were prior to this series, I think Luka's slightly overrated, JB.
Wow. You called him Larry Bird. You called him all kind of shit just a couple months ago. You called him everything. Now he's overrated. All right, go ahead.
New information, new response, new take. Listen, I still think he's phenomenal offensively. I think his offensive bag is bar none. No one can really stop him once he gets in his zone. He uses his strength. He still has a surprisingly quick dribble and first step. He can shoot from anywhere on the court, get to the rim, but his defense is so bad, JB, to the point where his offense isn't great enough to kind of cover up how shitty his defense is. It's not even like he's just a bad defender who doesn't understand the concepts. He shows zero effort. I've never seen an NBA player show this lack of effort on defense. You think about some of the best players in the game today, you know, Steph Curry comes to mind. Steph Curry isn't some phenomenal lockdown defender. You know, his body is different. He's skinnier, he's slimmer. But the thing about Steph, he's going to slide his feet. He's going to keep a body in front of it. He's going to show effort. Luka will literally, you do one crossover move, you're blowing straight past him. Why? Because he just lets you go. He opens up the lane, forces his teammates to have to switch over. He always takes the easiest assignment in any given defensive play. If you really watch the game and break it down, if he's guarding Jaylen Brown and Jaylen Brown does a one simple crossover, Luka will literally open up his hips, allow Jaylen Brown to go past and go find somebody else who's just standing around to stand by, and then get mad that the guy scored. All he cares about is offense, and watching that as a competitor is mind-boggling. I don't know how Kyrie, how his teammates, how Jason Kidd, who was one of the all-time great defensive players at his position, let's keep it real, he guarded LeBron in the NBA Finals when they beat the Heat. One of all-time great defenders, how he's not saying anything to Luka. And I'm assuming he's not saying anything because Luka has not changed any effort at all. So either Jason Kidd is ignoring it because Luka's a star, or he's saying stuff and Luka's just not listening to him. Either way, man, I got to call him overrated because we were having conversations about Luka being the best player in the game. And I think now, based upon what I'm seeing, those conversations are void. We cannot have a conversation. He's not the best player in the game. He's top 10 still. Definitely not number one, JB.
Yeah, I just hope. I didn't want to be on the same page today with you. I wanted to always debate.
It's okay, JB. We ain't gonna argue every time.
Poll question. You know what I mean? I wanted to get into a fight and argument on our third day of the show in live in person.
So you going to come in here and just lie?
Just to argue? No. I just usually you tell the truth, and
I am telling the truth.
And it is a lie.
I am telling the truth.
All right, here's the thing, man. Let's dive into Luka. First of all, blame LeBron James. Because Flop James has created a narrative in the NBA that you can flop and get away with it if you are a superstar. Luka has been tabbed a superstar by many. And it's Truth Telling Thursday on the realest show on Planet Earth. I think Luka, who idolizes LeBron in many ways, also flops like LeBron in many ways. And then when he doesn't get his way, he bitches and moans. He will miss a shot, go out of bounds on what he thinks is a foul. He'll stay on his fat ass for fucking the entire transition. The team has already transitioned to the other side of the court. Luka stays down there bitching and moaning at the refs. This is what I've been talking about for months on this show. This is what the NBA has become. It's not all Luka. Keep it 100. It's not all Luka, fellas. We look at Luka with a magnifying glass because of who Luka is. He's a superstar that we have put on this pedestal, But I've always come on this show and said he ain't no goddamn Larry Bird. He ain't nobody. He don't play both sides of the ball. You cannot be an elite superstar, in my opinion, and not play defense. Steph Curry has a video out there talking about a preseason game 1 in Las Vegas against the Lakers. He was a very young kid coming in the league, and Kobe locked him down for 90 feet. He said, what the fuck? And he made a 3 just to get rid of the ball.
Yep, and Kobe gave him a little tap on the ass, like, hey, good
and
shot.
He was like, I don't want to, but he's like, give me that goddamn video because that motherfucker wore me out.
Yeah.
Just for me dribbling up because he was pressing me.
I remember the clip.
We don't have that no more, dog. It's a crybaby league. I've been telling y'all, and I don't know, maybe Smitty is seeing this thing. I just got a question on top of our poll question. Like, let's just be honest. Not only is he overrated, are you seeing the light? Is this what professional sports should be, in your opinion? Should it be bitching and moaning and crying, or should it be get your ass back and play hustle ball?
Oh, get your
Where's
ass
the
up.
dive in, Smitty? Have you noticed in this NBA playoffs, you haven't seen dudes going to get loose balls?
I have
you
seen
have
that.
Seen guys. I haven't.
I have seen that.
You haven't
Even
seen
in
the
this
old
finals.
school videos that are viral of Shaq slide. You know, but I'm just saying. But a ton of guys getting after loose balls. What they call 50-50 balls.
Yeah, 50-50 balls.
There ain't no more 50-50 balls. There ain't no more 50-50 balls. There's no more hustle ball. You don't even have the what y'all call mid players hustling no more. Like, these cats aren't even, they all think they're A-list superstars because of the narrative that we've allowed, which is player empowerment at an all-time cliff. I've been telling y'all, you allow player empowerment, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a bunch of mediocre play out here by so-called superstars because they think they're better than they are. Period. That's just my opinion. Luka plays 0 defense, A. He's a crybaby, B. He'd rather talk to the refs than get back on with his teammates, C. And you can't tell me that don't resonate in that locker room. You cannot tell me that there's guys out there like Lively and guys that want to play hard that don't see this act and say, come on, man. This is James Harden to a T. James Harden played 0 defense in his prime. All he wanted to do was score and never won a title because of it. Period. This is James Harden. This is the white right-handed James Harden. I'm just telling you, I don't see any other difference because I'm just telling you, the bottom line is Luka, to me, it's hard to watch the dude. I just can't see a 25-year-old Smitty because somebody or nobody has ever checked this motherfucker. Nobody's ever checked him. And Jason Kidd could come out and say all the shit afterwards that he wants. You're down 0-3, Jay. You're down 0-3, Jay Kidd. It's too late now. But he came out yesterday and said Luka has to play defense. He's a liability out there. Well, we've been saying that for months on this show. I've been saying Luka's a liability on defense. So,
but they were winning. That's always, you know,
when he got to the finals.
Winning covers up everything. But the thing is, in this series, again, I said it earlier. In every other series, Luka's offense, you know, Luka and Kyrie together, their offense has covered up any other mistakes or lacks in other areas, right? But with the Boston Celtics, their offense isn't great enough to overcome that. Two great offensive players can't beat a team. And that's what Boston Celtics have over there. They have a true team. Any given play, any given moment, you don't know who's going to score the basketball. I love watching the Celtics play this series because it's ball movement. It's beautiful. They show signs of like the San Antonio Spurs of old in certain moments in play when you see the ball touching everybody's hands before they take a shot. Whereas on the other side of the court, it's just one-on-one. And Luka Kyrie's so great that they score a lot of points and they keep it interesting, but every bucket the Mavs take is extremely difficult, JB. Where the Celtics it's ball movement, wide open shots, high pick and rolls, everybody sliding. It's just a different type of just game. You know what I'm saying? And just watching it, I don't know. This is why I was so surprised so many people had the Mavericks winning. I wanted them to win because I like Luka. I've been supporting Luka from the beginning. I still think he's a hell of a player, but in order for him to get to that next level, that next step, which is actually winning the ring, he has to look himself in the mirrors and say, okay, I'm really, really good, but I am horrible on defense, and a large part of it is because of my lack of effort.
It's much bigger than that. It's much deeper than this. I've been saying this on this show for years. I've been telling y'all that you don't really look through the obvious. You guys just talk obvious. You talk about the obvious shit out here that Lucas don't play D and blah, blah, blah. Baby, I don't know if you can find the clip, but look at him when he hits his ass on his 6th foul last night and screams over and says, challenge this motherfucker to Jason Kidd like he's the head coach and the CEO. Luka told that to Jason Kidd on the sideline last night. If you watch the 6th foul, he screams over at the fucking head coach and that team, who, by the way, Jason Kidd has, I think, a title.
No, he does. With the Mavs.
And he's been to a few.
With the Nets.
He yelled over at the team and the coach to challenge this fucking thing like he runs shit.
Yeah, Jay, but that's just like that's in the moment, fucking adrenaline going. You're the star player. I just want a crazy 22-2 run, whatever the numbers was. You're down by 3. You're pissed off. You're trying to foul out. It's like, come on, challenge it. Doing it.
See, you're dismissing the truth of it again. This motherfucker, you don't see that being a bigger issue. Because
I'm a player, I know what.
It don't matter.
So come on, coach. I said like that happened. I've seen your players do that on last year's shoe. That ain't what he said, though.
There's a difference. There's a difference between yelling back and understanding the relationship, and there's a difference between yelling over there and demanding some shit when you ain't really busted a grape yet. I'm telling you, there's about 3 things, and we'll end this discussion.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you think you can go over there and tell him what to do, then there's no telling him what to do from that sideline and that coaching staff. That's my point. That means Jason Kidd is not getting through to him at any point. If he can think he can go over there and yell at the sideline like he just did. Fucking challenge the call. So if he can tell Jason Kidd fucking challenge the call, you really think Jason Kidd can tell him to play fucking defense?
I just read that differently than you.
I know you do.
I read that differently.
I know you do.
I know he's cussing and yelling, but that's not directed at Kidd. Like, he's mad at the fucking refs because
he's talking to sideline.
Now listen,
he's not talking to the refs.
Yeah, he's telling him to challenge because that's the guy who can challenge it. It's him. But at the end of the day, the yelling and the cussing came from just being a frustration. The thing about this, though, I will say this. Luka complains and cries a lot. But at the same time, 2 things can be true. The refs were horrible this game. On both sides. Not just one side. There were clear-cut moments. There was a play early in the game. I know you remember. Jason Taylor, I think, went for a dunk. Clear, obvious contact on the arm and one. Didn't get it. Jalen Brown had one. It was on both sides. So it was even on both sides.
Smitty,
but it was horrible. It was horrible call on both sides.
That's
two things can be true.
That could be fine. But let me ask you something.
Yes.
If there's a reputation out there on somebody being an absolute fucking shitbird,
yes.
Do you think they're not going to fucking already have it in their mind that Luka's a fucking complaining ass fucking crybaby and we're going to take it to it?
So that means don't do my job as a ref?
Because it ain't about that. I'm talking about all this. This ain't the first time Luka's done it.
At all.
He's done it for years.
Of course.
So I'm just throwing that out there. So
I hear you.
There's a clear narrative out there that this is happening, just so we're clear. So that's my opinion, number 1. Number 2, though, can we get into why Luka is what he is?
Let's do it. Let's do this. Final take before we go to our next thing. Go and talk to me, JB. Why is he the way he is, coach? That's why it's good to have a coach on the show, y'all, because sometimes the coach can see it another way.
My main man, Freeway Rick, the real Freeway Rick Ross, not the rapper.
That's my guy.
He was just on Rogan yesterday. He may be our first in-house guest, one of my mentors, and the true story of Rick Ross, you guys never know. You'll never know. And we'll probably tell it on this show, which stuff Rogan would never know to even ask. It's going to be the biggest show on planet Earth. Freeway Rick Ross probably come in here live. He might pull up on us right now. I don't know, because he from here. This is his shit. There's a reason why they call Freeway Rick Ross. He's a freeway boy. But you don't know nothing about all that. Anyway, let's dive into this real quick. Number 1, he's out of shape. Horribly out of shape. When you're horribly out of shape, you are accessible to more injuries. Let's just be honest. He's been injured. He's playing through it, but he's hurt, right? And he's hurt because he's out of shape. Look at his body. Does his body look like a superstar? Does his body look like he's
in shape for Luka, in my opinion?
Like, he's what?
He's in shape for Luka.
I mean, that's not a superstar.
Now, what I'm saying is everybody's body type is different. I've seen Luka out of shape. I was like, I know he looks out of shape. He's in shape. His body, he just don't have the genetics like a fucking.
I get genetics,
you know.
He's still
Kobe or something. He's not a lean. That's not how he's built.
He is so floppy, sloppy. His arms, he should not have he shouldn't have JB arms.
He don't have JB arms.
He shouldn't have JB titties. He shouldn't have a gut. Like, there's a clear, it's Smitty, you talk about two things can be true. Truth is on film. The eye in the sky don't lie. It says it right there in front of us. Like, you can't tell me he's in shape if he can't play both sides of the fucking court in the NBA Finals.
It's a choice.
No, it's not.
It's a choice. He chooses not to play defense because he don't want to. He has no interest in playing defense because it's not sexy. He was supposed to score the ball and let the other 4 guys play defense. Not because he's out of shape.
I got to hit y'all in the chat. I got to hit Smitty, man, because Smitty knows what I'm about to tell him. He knows what I'm about to tell him.
Say it.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all. And you've heard that shit many times from your football coach.
Too many times, JP.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all. And if you're fatigued, you're out of shape. And when you're fucking out of shape, you're easily more fatigued. So when you look at Kobe Bryant in his last game, he scored 60 against Utah.
He was fatigued.
He was fatigued for what? Expending all his energy.
Yep.
This is not energy fatigue. This is being out of shape because he's already fatigued in quarter 1.
I don't think he's fatigued. Personally, I'm not saying he's wrong.
Just look at quarter 1.
Look at him look like.
But look at quarter 1.
I'm not seeing
from
that.
Quarter 1, he's already like this, bent over. Kobe in quarter 1 is picking you up 90 feet.
Stop comparing people to Kobe.
I'm just saying when you're in shape. Okay, let's go to this series then.
You know what I mean?
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are not over there looking like they're so fucking winded that they can't play another quarter. He's looking that way in quarter 1. He is out of shape, homie. It's clear-cut obvious he's out of shape. And if you're out of shape, you're going to get injured more. You're going to be fucking less likely to give effort because you are fatigued, which makes you a coward. And then you won't move your feet. Because, Smitty, let's just be honest. If you're out of shape, what are you saving your energy for? The better side of your game, which is his offense. If he was a defensive stopper like a Drew Holiday, then he would probably be saving his offense like Drew Holiday does. Luka is saving everything for offense, and he's not as good as he is on offense. He's not that good to where you cannot play any defense at all. You aren't that good. If you were an automatic, which nobody is, just meaning he comes down and fucking whatever he shoots up goes in, yeah, don't play no fucking defense. That's not real life. That's not what he's doing. He's saving everything for offense because he knows he's so fucking winded and out of shape. I'm just telling you, that's the truth of the matter.